work for NIB Health Funds. We do Australian and New Zealand private health insurance. We've got life insurance in New Zealand. We do travel insurance under a range of brands. My role is Senior Engineering Manager of Data and AI. We put Immuta in 2-3 years ago to our Snowflake environment. Snowflake was very much that data warehouse in the cloud. So starting to surface all our data, but it's increasingly becoming more than that. We're now starting to use it for things like personalization, our next best action program, data sharing with partners, which help underpin a lot of our health management programs. So this is part of our journey to help our customers live healthier lives. We've seen the more data you have, the more important it is to secure it. We had a former solution that was very much automated, but it had a lot of growing pains. We were getting to the point where it was becoming unmanageable. So the promise of attribute-based access control from Immuta is simplifying it down to a handful of policies, opening up the data for discoverability, but then making sure it was secure at the same time was a fantastic premise. For us, automation is key. So we've got a really strong data governance push. So as new data products come on board, they should be masked by default, that we're working with our data stewards, our data producers, so they understand what the classifications are. And this ties back to Australian Privacy Act, the GDPR. And the beauty of having something like Immuta is it starts to look a lot closer to this policy language. We're using things like PII and PHI. So as consumers, as stewards, they can start understanding this software a lot closer to the intent. Then throw the policies on. We build a lot of this into the existing workflows. So as new data products come on board or new data surfaced, it's all baked in from the start. There's a lot of risk around threat actors, especially something like Snowflake, where you are bringing all of the important information about your customers. Immuta's role is very much though in data security, making sure we're enforcing least privilege, that people don't see any more than they need to. Moving fast means people by default need to have access to the things they need for their day jobs, but balancing that with not just opening all of the doors and ensuring that, well trusted, well audited, well verified. With regards to processes, we've put Immuta in association with a big data governance push. We've had a few of these in the past which have had a range of challenges, but now with Immuta, we've got a better pane of glass. People can audit. So our data governance team have a better window into what's happening, who has access to what. We've got simpler controls than previously, which reduces some of the friction of bringing new data products and new people on board. We've also implemented time-restricted access. So one of our tenets is that you should minimize how much data people have access on a daily basis. And the easiest way to do this is to make it really simple and secure to gain access to things that you only need for a short period of time. More recently, we are playing with the generative AI. So we've had a chatbot for about 6 years now, and LLMs, as we know them today, it's a new evolution. So we're looking at how we can adopt that in a safe manner. There's still quite a lot of challenges, but we've solved for one of the key challenges, which is making sure you have your data available and presented in a secure manner. One of the fundamentals that we've almost achieved is the idea of data democratization, this idea that as we get more and more AI, but more and more data-driven decision-making, you need to make this available to people. So by putting Immuta in with policy language and masking on the columns, we have been able to open up a lot more visibility. We've got partner tools like SelectStar and Snowflake, and we've found that we're starting to identify duplication of work. NIB's headline strategy, like many, is very much about personalization. How do we understand our customers? How do we bring together all we know about them and their needs to make their lives better? So it's win-win when customers can be supported in ways that help them live better lives. And a lot of this is underpinned by having the right data, making it available in a secure fashion.